All right, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. And with that being said, let's get into the TA. All right, we're going to try and do our best and run through this as quick as possible here. Let's try and make it a 10-minute video. We're going to see about this one. Before we get into the TA, just please, if you are enjoying the content you find for absolutely no cost to you here on this channel, as well as my Webull updates, please support the channel with a like. I would appreciate it a lot, and it would definitely be helping me out with the algorithm. I would be appreciative. Thank you very much, and let's get on with it, guys. All right, we got I'm not gonna say we have the most exciting stuff going on today. All right, we're still guys, we're approaching that May 19 Opex, and it's in the dealer's best interest to send you up or make it go flat. And I'm just gonna say sellers are still defending the blue box, so I'm gonna say, I think the probable scenario is they trade you flat going into this May 19 Opex. Maybe they start tanking you 2 days into it like they did over here. All right, let's just look at that. All right, so over here you did have, it was Wednesday the 15th. They rallied your butt off. All right, and guess what? The next day they finally started this decline, but it was 2 days before the Feb 17 Opex. That Opex, the monthly Opex of February, was the same as this Opex of May in the fact that, hey, it's put loaded. All right, the put side is so much heavier than the call side. So yeah, they freaking trade you flat into it. That is exactly what happened. They killed the premiums and did not pay out the 400 puts back here either. Now we're in the same spot, guys. We have the 140K puts at the 400 strike. We have 80,000 just about at the 405 strike. This is something that, it's not going to lead to prices, plummeting from here unless you get the gamma squeeze. The only way the gamma squeeze goes down is if you get a black swan catalyst that really forces selling. Now, you do have the debt ceiling coming up, so I'm going to talk about this real briefly here. We're just going to go all the way back over here to 2011. Right here, I believe. I'm taking a guess that this was the debt ceiling, all right? And debt ceiling crisis that went on. You fell 18% in 3 weeks there. All right, so 15 trading sessions, you fell 18% there. That is not good. All right, if we were to do that now, you're getting taken under the October low. It's going to be a very big decline. You're coming underneath the COVID peak here, and that is when I think a lot of sellers are going to hop on this thing. All right, I'm not saying that's going to be happening. Maybe you literally come down and bounce off the bottom of this trend line. I have absolutely no idea what happens. That is why we do what we do here on the channel. We continuously review the charts each and every day. Look at this. This turned out to be your best possible short entry over here on SPY. But then again, they trade you flat. So the contracts you open up right there, you know what? Maybe they're the same value right here. I don't know. All right. Yeah, what I'm getting at, guys, is we do have a potential black swan coming up, but we do have the May 19th Opex next week. It is in the dealer's best interest to keep you right around 410, because if they get under 410, that's when the puts start making more money. And right over 411, that's where the calls are heavier than the puts. So dealer's best interest to literally just trade you flat until next week. I hate to say it, but well, I don't. All right. I hate. All right. So what I did today is I took 1/3 of my put position on June 16 Opex on QQQ. And the reasoning behind that was because we are now in this range. I don't know if SPY is going to be coming up and making this high. It doesn't look convincing to me. Personally, it doesn't look like we're going to have this sick, nasty squeeze here. You could be getting the sick, nasty squeeze on SPY, and you really could bust on through this blue box. But until I see it, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to say we have, seen the sellers mark their territory so many times here. It's been ridiculous. So let's just go over that real quick. All right. You have the first marking right there. You have the second P spot right there. You have the third right there. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. All right. Now we're coming over here. All right. What do you got over here? You have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13 times the sellers decided to mark their they marked their territory the first time. All right, and then anytime another dog came and started sniffing around up here, they gave off their warning growls. All right, gave off the warning growls, and that is what you see with these little wicks over here. All right, you get these little wicks. They gave the growl. The buyers decided to walk away because they're like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with this Cane Corso. I'm not gonna do it. This guy's gonna freaking bite my arm off. All right. But you know what? After this time, they walked away this time, but they came right back. They were like, you know what? Screw this guy. This guy's not as tough as he looks. All right. We're going to go for it. What did the Cane Corso do? It bit your freaking hand off. All right. That's what it did. All right. And now, you know, you're like, all right, I'm missing a hand already. We might as well just, you know, go all in. There we go. All right. Well, what happened? You know, now he starts giving these air chomps. All right. Along with these freaking growls. All right. And now, you know, we're going to step away. All right. But what happened over here? He ripped your freaking leg off. That's what happened. All right. And you bled out. That is what happened. And then you were revived back to life. And then they gave you the growl again. And you got scared off. All right, guys. So what I'm getting at is the sellers they're making themselves apparent. Like, I'm still going to say the sellers are vulnerable up there, but they're not weak. They're not weak. And that was what I was getting at with the whole Cane Corso analogy right there. They're not weak. All right. The buyers stepping up to them, they are weak. So yes, we have a bunch of squeeze fuel. But as long as you have that dog guarding that tree that it marked all that time ago, right, then it's likely not going to be busting through. I told you guys in yesterday's video, I put the bull case over here on SPY down and I left it on QQQ. Why is that? You're not being held down. You don't have sellers freaking guarding you. All right. They already started capitulating. This is the jaw dropping move on QQQ. This is what's going on. On SPY, we could still have a jaw-dropping move to the upside. We could. That literally drops the draws of bears. And if you're holding short through any of these days when you're going straight up, you're just going to sit there with the derp face. You'd be like, come on, please, please. And then when you finally are just over getting really mad at the charts because, you know, they didn't do what you want, now you're sitting there without emotion. You're just sitting there, just pissed off. And then, like, guess what? You go through that phase, and then you're in the derp phase. The derp phase where you have the derp face, and your jaw is just open, and you're just like, what's going on? So, like, you know, that's the move. Did you get any SPY? No, I did not. Or Steve, I did not get any SPY. I did not. I sold out a QQQ at 35%. We entered pretty much at the low right there. I accidentally bought QQQ calls instead of SPY, even though the setup was on SPY. I just bought on the spot. Why did I trick myself into buying QQQ? I didn't trick myself. I just accidentally did it on the spot because I watch all these things, all right? So you know what? Your boy makes mistakes. But yeah, all right. I was watching this go down on NQ, and then we also had this over here on QQQ happening as you came down into here. This was your reaction spot. So, I mean, it ended up working out, all right? I'm guessing the QQQ paid out more than SPY there. But yeah, the setup was over here on SPY, at least what I was playing. But yeah, guys, this is your reaction spot. I was saying to the Discord, this is where you're having a battle between the bulls and the bears go on right now. That is what's taking place. One side is going to win. You're likely getting an impulsive move coming out of here. I don't know which direction it's going to be. But yeah, I started seeing things suggesting it was going to be the upside. Look, you start making your higher high right here. Look. There you go. Oh, what is that? Higher low. That is when I'm pretty sure this is the exact spot I pulled the trigger. So there's that. But yeah. All right, guys. So there's that. I'm just pointing out that, hey, guys, you're still getting this buying demand. All right. The impulsive move I just spoke of, it was to the upside, which means like, hey, all right, you start taking out resistance. You could start resuming the move to the upside in price discovery mode. And that's why I say bull case not put down on QQQ. On SPY, guys, I'm serious. I don't want to touch this thing on the long side. Like, I do want to touch this thing on the long side, but guess what? At the end of the day, it's got components in it that are holding it down that QQQ does not. And you also have the freaking Cane Corsos just sitting on the tree right here, just guarding it. And this is a massive tree, guys. I'm talking like a 10-footer. And the entrance to the doorway to the golden realm that you're trying to get through is just not there. It's blocked by this tree. You have, like, you know, a 2-foot spacing that you can get by on each side, but guess what? There's this massive dog guarding it. So how are you getting there? I don't know. All right, maybe you're gonna take a freaking steak and throw it to him. I don't know. All right, I don't know. Over here on VIX, guys, we still never filled this 1612 gap. So until that happens, guys, I don't think VIX is going to be free, and I don't think it's going to rocket. That's just my opinion. I think volatility will be sold until it is free. I will be watching the 15-minute RSI down here to see if we get, well, RSI and CCI. I really do like the RSI, though. Seeing them for, it's the same thing over here on SPY and QQ. All right. at these pivot points, I typically do like seeing the 15-minute RSI divergence, and I love if that is followed by an hour hourly divergence. And hey, if the CCI and RSI is just an oversold territory, there you go as well. All right. But yeah, if you have all these divergences aligning, like I'm just going to show you right now, we do on QQQ, we have a bunch of these bearish divergences aligning, right? You have this going on QQ's RSI, you got over here on, you know, you have this big one going on, but it's the same one. All right. So this is for you, Lucy. All right. You're wondering what I'm looking for on the RSI. It is literally, I'm looking for a new one to form over here. So yeah, we have this bearish divergence going on, this big one, but do you notice how sloppy this is? This is not like the actual, like this is where the participants are playing right now. That, it doesn't really mean too much to me. It really doesn't. On a daily time frame, yeah, I don't think this is going to be burned. All right. I personally don't think that RSI divergence is going to be burned just because it has not been there the whole entire time. We haven't had a divergence pop up on the RSI this whole entire bear market. We just haven't had it happen. You haven't had one form except for the exact top. And now we have a triple bearish divergence. All right. So there's that. But yeah, on the 4-hour time frame, guys, I am going to be looking for a fresh one over here. And we actually did just meet my criteria for starting to see a sell on QQQ. I was looking for the RSI to come up here into overbought territory, and it looks like we just tapped our head up there. I still did think we inch up a little higher. I'm going to be completely honest with that. That is an opinion. Everything you do find here is speculation. All right. It's 100% speculation, in all my opinion, or my opinions, but there's that. And guys, if you are enjoying the free content, please support with a like. I would appreciate it. 100% helps me out with the algorithm. Guaranteed. All right. Like so much. It pumps the living crap out of it. All right. Get us over 100 likes and like straight up, we're going to have a pumped channel. That's what I saw the other day. So there was that. Yeah, look at that. All right, guys. NQ and QQ, like unless you start breaking down underneath this previous top here, I'm just going to say right now, all right, you have a case to be made for going up to break the high. But what if you come back under here and break this low? All right, then, well, what do you have effectively have? You have this high followed by a lower high, and you have this low currently. So if you come down and break that, you're going to have a lower low by default. Yeah, trend change in the works. That is what's going on there. All right. And I'm not saying that's going to happen, but hey, all right, if I was the dealer, guys, I'm serious. I really would just be trading you flat / sending you up over here on QQQ. All right. And 410 is going to be max pain on SPY for May 19th. So if I was a dealer, I would try and bring you into in between 410 and 411 on May 19th. So if we're going to get like over here, you started declining pretty aggressively 2 days before the Opex, or 1 day before the Opex. It was 16th, and then you went over there. You had 1 day left on the Opex there. If that's going to be the case here, you're going to need to see a rally from here, come on up into the blue box, and then maybe you get the sell-off going into the 19th there. All right, so I'm just saying, all right, we likely honestly don't see a whole lot of anything, at least here on SPY, until, you know, jeez, that scared the crap out of me. Okay, buddy, okay. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end off with that. Bitcoin did break down from this head and shoulders. All right. Well, I am looking for a daily close underneath there. And yeah, with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.